Veil 2020, Land of the Free, episode 8. From the Gauntlet community, gauntlet-rpg.com, if you don't know it, or search the Gauntlet on G+, and or the Gauntlet. I think it's just the Gauntlet. It might be the Gauntlet RPG on Twitter. One of those things. You'll look. Jason's very outspoken. You'll find him. So cool. This is part of Gauntlet Hangouts. We're back. Everyone is mostly up to date. We probably forgot something really important that we'll get to when it's happening, and that'll be fine. Trella's on a boat. Flames. There's nobody knows what's happened to Cleary or Grace yet, but their boat is on fire, which doesn't bode well for them. And there's a sniper on Trella, and you're up on a bridge that you rappelled down to before, but the rope snapped. It's all very dramatic. So cool. I'll go around and see what people want to do, except for Trella, who failed to roll. You get to wait. So, and Darren, you just went too. So, Kira, where do we find Sky? How do they re-enter this TV show and or movie?
I don't know. Sky probably like stumbles out of the bar or something, and maybe they're on the lower level, or maybe they're either closer to Trella or closer to the sniper for the sake of narrative ease.
Sure.
Or, yeah. I don't know which one. Trella, I guess, because everybody else is up higher. So I'll be down low, and I'll like, where is Trella? I guess.
Yeah, Trella is on the Verena, the boat that you came in on, which is now on fire. That was docked. Trella is at the very topmost part, so the flames are rising above her on either sides.
Shit.
Yeah. Not the best position. And then there's like the red dot on, her chest.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I have no idea what to do.
Cool. So Sky's panicking.
I guess I'll like make a loud noise that could potentially distract the sniper. Like with my musical instruments.
Sure. Oh, you have two now. Two musical instruments?
Oh, no, I just have the guitar. I don't know why I said.
Oh, okay. I was like, interesting. Did you spend some money or something?
I don't think I did. So let's just go with the one.
Okay, that's good. Cool. Okay, so stakes are, I think it works very well, and the target shifts to you instead of Trella.
Cool.
Instead of just a distraction, it's a super distraction.
That's okay. I'm scared because this caught me by surprise.
It's true.
So, what do I click now? Nope, not that.
How do you feel about it?
Yeah, well, I am scared, but then I was like, oh, right, I forgot what to do. I got it now.
Okay.
I forgot that to roll scared, you have to just pick it from the drop-down menu once you click on roll the dice. So,
what'd you get? A 9. Cool. Okay.
A 9.
So it does work. The fail condition doesn't happen either, though. So I think what happens... Oh, I know what happens.
Okay, guys.
Okay, so, well, tell me how you do the distraction first, and then I'll take over.
I'll just, like, step out onto the edge of the bar dock thing, and like do like a mad like guitar riff with like it makes like my like trench coat billows in the wind of like how loud it is.
Cool. And does it like shatter windows and stuff or what?
Oh, sure.
Okay. Sounds good. So we are in anime. We already know this, right? So.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We're in the Animatrix.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So I think the audience can see like a visual shockwave of it going like throughout the pier from where you are, right? As you use the epicenter, the windows explode Matrix style, right? Where it's like all rubbery or whatever, and then explodes, whatever that effect is. And then what happens is the red dot shifts because the guy who was sniping the window exploded. Didn't expect that. But as it shifted, it shot one of the gas tanks on the ship instead. And so there's like another explosion behind you, which looks very cool. But then as the camera pans around, it's not so good for Trella. And it's like beginning to start sinking, right? As half of it starts going under. So who else wants to do something? I think Bina. Yeah. Bina and Autumn haven't gone in a while from what I recall from last session. So do either of you have an idea? Or a Marvel team-up action?
What do you think, Autumn?
I think Marvel team-up action sounds cool, but yeah, I'd have to think about what that would look like. Do you have any ideas?
Well, I feel like you've got to, like, I don't know, cat burgle Trella off of the ship, maybe, or like.
Okay. Yeah, that's some
Mission
serious
Impossible
theft.
Or
Cool. So how could you help me do that?
If you need someone like to stay up top and like keep you safe and not drop you, if you wanted to like be laid down there as well, I could do that for you.
I definitely think that you'd have to do that, and I think you would also need to like reassure me.
Because there's water down there, right?
Yeah. So that would be your support there. Do you have like
totally?
Do you have like a cool cyber fiber rope that's like helping to support me? What would that look like if you were helping me out?
Ooh, yeah.
Like an aux cord or whatever. Like.
Yes, totally. And it totally flashes like punk. I like to think of it as like the Christmas lights, like the fiber optic Christmas lights that you get, the flash colors and stuff. It's fully got that going on. Punk fiber optic Christmas lights.
Cool. Yeah. So with that wrapped around my waist, I think I'll just do like a cool swan dive.
And I'll be telling you things like, "You got this. Like you were born for this."
I always land on my feet, you know.
Yeah. You got 9 lives, man. Don't worry about it.
So is the point to like swing and grab Trella and then like swing back up or something like that? Or is it to land on there and grab Trella and then climb up together, or what are we looking at?
Yeah, I don't think it's elastic, so I imagine it'd have to be like a swing grab and then like defy the laws of physics with centrifugal force or something, you know.
Yeah. Well, maybe it would carry you to like the nearby roof of a building or something instead of all the way up or something, right?
Yeah, cool. Or even just the pier itself, you know, or
right. That's true.
Some dry spot.
Cool. Okay. So how are you feeling about this? So close to water, right?
Yeah, I'm feeling scared. But I do feel supported by Bina, so
you take advantage in being scared.
Yes. Okay. I gotta switch to 2020.
5. That's not the best roll. Oh, but that's not with advantage.
Oh, it's true. Let me roll it one more time. I'm not sure how to do that with the new one.
Just roll twice. Yeah. Okay, so 7. Oh, but that's still not with advantage.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't know how to do that with the. Do I have to go back to?
Oh well, we can just take. So you got 3. Oh, the other one doesn't have a way of doing advantage in Veil 2020.
Not that is immediately clear.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll hit a Plex soup about that.
But essentially, I'm just rolling 3d6 minus 1, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe I can just type that in.
Well, there you go. Oh, Peanut did +1/+1.
Oh, is this testing to see if it worked?
Oh.
It does.
Well, no, because you
So-
only rolled 4 dice, but then +1 and then another +1, Bina.
So 5 and 3, then -1 should be 7.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll ask Plex Soup to do the advantage up, or at least tell me how to do advantage, and then I'll relate that. Cool. Okay, so a 7 mixed result. Oh, we didn't define stakes, but that's cool. So you do the thing, right? Mixed result. So you do grab Trella up and you do land where you want to go. So why don't you narrate that and then I'll take over.
Yeah, I think in the anime style, kind of also like Assassin's Creed style of like, you hear like the riff, the guitar like meow as I like jump, and then like it kind of cuts to different things, and you see like the lights like strobing on the fiber optic cord, you know, like in rhythm with the backtrack. Yeah, meow. And yeah, I think we just see like a swinging motion and grabbing Trella by the waist and maybe knocking the wind out of her a little bit, and then up back on top of some abandoned parking garage structure, you know.
Cool. Okay. So I think the complication is that where you land is also where the egress of the sniper was going to. So it was like part of his escape plan to come up on this roof.
So there's like a little awkward moment here where we kind of like bump into each other. Okay.
You do your cool like skid to a halt along the roof of it just as they burst through the door, and they've got their rifle and they like bring it up and point at you, and then someone else can go.
Yeah.
Omen or Trella, either one.
Do you have anything burning to get out into the world, Trella?
Well, there's a guy pointing a gun at me.
I mean, you want to do something.
Well, I don't know. You're the one making all my decisions for me, so why don't you just solve the problem?
Oh, it's that kind of session. Oh.
Okay, I will make it that kind of session. But I don't know. Do you want to do something cool, or should I hit this guy with my Kitar sword?
Well, is there a guy on the boat?
Not that you're aware of it or can see at the moment.
There's a guy named Cleary on the boat.
Oh,
Maybe.
No. I can't vouch for Cleary. So this red dot, there's still only one, right?
Yeah, you can only see one person, the sniper.
Oh, okay. I can see the sniper?
Yeah. If you're like when you're looking around, what you see is Sky is on the pier, right? Having done the cool action. The boat is sinking because the explosion on the side of it, and then also on fire. So it's probably beyond saving at this point. And then Autumn and Trella are up on the roof, who across from them is the sniper. That's what you can see at the moment.
And they're like across the dock or something?
Yeah, I would say if you're like up high or something like that, when you look down and to the left or something, they're on a building there, right on the roof, because they had done like a swing.
Maybe I bought a grappling hook and maybe I'll fire it across the way and then do something.
A grappling hook, fancy. Okay.
Yeah.
So deduct that monies.
How much money is? Can I expense it?
Sure, we'll just say it's on the expense.
Great.
You're so cheap.
I only have $22. Yeah, I mean, I think it's the same cyber fiber, right? Because that's a cool image. And it comes in like a nifty, I think it's like a small gun that somehow it has a bunch of wire in it. Maybe it's that one wire that will like tear through your hands if you don't wear the gloves or whatever. So I got gloves too. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. But I think instead of like climbing across it with my hands like a normal person in a not anime, I'm obviously going to be running across the wire with
Right.
my special anime shoes.
So you're gonna shoot it at the building and then run along it
Yeah.
with your anime shoes.
Yes.
I don't know what anime shoes means, but cool.
It's like the gloves where they don't tear through.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That does make sense. Okay.
Mhm.
Cool. Cool. And the goal is just to get across, right?
Yeah, I mean that's the first step, and then presumably I'm gonna fuck with this guy.
Okay, yeah. So stakes are, I think, maybe some of the heat rising off of this boat messes up your wire, or some others sort of. Oh, otherwise, I think maybe you get shot from someone. Actually. I'm not saying there's other people, but there could be other people.
Oh,
and
I
if
see.
there is,
Okay.
then it's your fault because you failed.
Wow.
I like to adjudicate everything.
That I feel. I think I feel like irritated because despite what Matt would have you think, Omen is not a psychopath, and he does feel bad about this predicament.
About throwing Trell off a bridge into a trap.
Teaching a cyberpunk lesson, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Trell is really a Padawan if you think about it.
Sure. A cyber Padawan, a Cyberwan.
Yep.
Okay, I'll take it.
Cool. So mixed result. So let's see. Oh, so you're running along the rope, and what you see is, I think, as you're running, you're surveying the area, right? You're like running towards this fella who's very surprised with the gun, so he hasn't, completely raised it. He's in the middle of raising it. But as you survey the area to your right, where like the boat is burning and all that kind of stuff, you also see a body floating there. It could be too late. What do you do?
Wait. So I'm running across this rope to this guy, and now there's a body in the water.
Yeah. Just floating, like as if they, had drowned. Sorry, man. I forgot that you X-carded drowning, didn't you? It's fine?
It's fine. I just didn't want to hear visceral descriptions of people drowning. If they've already drowned or, that's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, there's someone's floating there. What you doing? Are you going to continue along it or try to intervene?
I'm gonna keep going. I don't understand the stakes. I don't think this is stakeful for me.
No.
Did I miss
I'm
the
trying
description?
to think Cleary or Grace, possibly, right? Since it's their boat and it blew up.
Oh, yeah. You're barking up the wrong tree on that one. I'm gonna keep running.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, so you run along and you're gonna be able to get there. Trello, what do you do? There's the guy with the rifle.
Yeah.
They're in
I
like
think
a tactical outfit, black and probably androgynous.
cool. I think that I didn't know that I was gonna get scooped up. So as I was swinging through the air, I was like screaming, and then like I fell over. And Autumn looks like a really cool, badass burglar person. So that this person is like thinks that they're the threat, right? So they're like, getting ready to take them on, and they don't notice me. And I'm just like really quietly, kind of like pulling myself up and getting ready. And then I just get my keyboard that turns into a sword. I just grip the handle, and then I just do like a big lunge and a big cool yell, and I slice at them. And my sword starts playing a cool song.
Oh, at the same time. Interesting. So you've got it like pre-programmed, and you taking it out makes it sing the song? Or what?
Yeah, exactly. I think that like you can. So what happens is it's like a keyboard, but when I turn it into sword mode, all the keys like depress, and it gets like a vibro mono blade edge sort of, and then the keys will like light up while they're playing a song. So that's what's happening. I don't know what song it is, but I think it's like Trella's cool badass song that makes her feel really cool and badass.
Nice.
It's probably like a corny metalcore song. It would be like Avenged Sevenfold, but a little better.
But a little better.
Yeah, because that's really bad. Sorry if anyone liked Avenged Sevenfold. And then, so yeah, should I? I think this is probably Mad.
Or maybe it's the old song, Cuts Like a Knife.
It can be that.
Yeah, so how are you feeling? Stakes is you get shot instead, right?
Right. I think I'm feeling powerful because I'm like, this person doesn't think I'm a threat. I'm just some helpless girl, but I'm going to hurt them real good.
Right.
Okay. Should I go ahead and just roll this up?
Yep.
Oh, I did it.
10. That's very good. Cool. So it happens exactly as you think. And is this a primary? Yeah, roll damage just in case. I guess there could be a chance. They have like tactical armor and they're like an assassin. So maybe they don't die
They're really an assassin with the way that you just said that word.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a 4.
A 4. Cool. Let me check. They're very wounded. Describe how you very wound them.
Okay, so it's not going to be like super crazy, like gory. I think that Trella's really quick when she gets going, kind of like we saw when I punched Amin before. And I think that we just like there's all these like quick blade strikes that are like synced up to the music, like it's like a fast like snare drum sequence or something, and I'm just like ching, 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 ching. And we just see like blood coming from like I don't know what our rating is, but they're injured from many parts of their body, and they just kind of like I don't know if they fall over. What do they do?
Sure,
it's
yeah,
many cuts.
Yeah, they're it's many cuts. Yeah, so I think they drop the weapon and withdraw like a professional does, right? They gotta maintain their anonymity. Yes, they need to escape and protect their identity. What?
Can I add that I do all those cuts and then I just give them a big kick to the chest and they like fall back towards the door and then they like run into the door after they get up?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
That's good. So they run into the door. And then I think what happens is we're going to cut to Sky, but what happens after that is something no one could have predicted. This person, androgynous person in the military thing that has many cuts and just rebounded off a door, apparently, makes a lunge for the side of like the building. So they like jump off of it. And then there's like one of those, I don't know, it looks like a sophisticated little parachute that's supposed to deploy so they don't like die jumping off of like a 3-story building, right? But as that happens, Sky, there's somebody like just in the distance. I don't know what the human eye can. Do you have cybernetic eyes, PS? Can you see real far? No? Okay.
I don't know.
Not at all.
I probably have like my sunglasses on too or some bullshit.
Okay, cool. Okay. Well, just beyond, you see like the shape of somebody coming out of the building where the sniper had egress from, which is like the building adjacent to the one that they just jumped out of. And like a figure emerges from it and they start walking towards you and they put up their hand like this and they push the button. The whole building explodes behind them in a very cool way, right? And somehow their hat doesn't get blown off. And as they get closer to you, you see Agent Cody Moon again draw their revolvers. But the plot twist here is that as that agent jumps off with the like balloon parachute thing, Agent Cody Moon shoots at them and kills them as they're falling. So they just land on the ground. And then they keep walking towards you. with like malice in their eyes. So what do you do?
Oh, so Cody Moon is switching teams.
No,
Like
it
he-
looks like Cody Moon still wants to shoot you. It's more like no one in my team runs away shooting people.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just like a ruthless boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hate those people. I mean, I'm a hired mercenary. I understand what it's like to work for terrible people for money. He didn't have to kill them. It's bullshit. So
Yeah, and he looks like a Texas Ranger, like fuckboy white guy with a cybernetic arm, and yeah. So I think it's fair to want to shoot him.
cool. I will start running towards him and use my camo trench coat to disappear as I'm running towards him, Ghost in the Shell style.
Oh, so like as you're running, it like disappears, and then he just sees the flame flicking up behind you and stuff, right?
Yeah, like
And the audience can see your shimmery form, of course, so they know where you are. But he's
Yeah.
all like, "What?"
It'll be harder to shoot me, but I want to get a jump slightly to the left and then like shoot him type of situation.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I think we can roll that into a whole roll. So you're gonna disappear, but the main goal is to hurt the guy, right?
Yeah, I mean, if he still sees me, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
Like
we'll
if he
say
has
that-
some like tracking technology, then
Well, we'll roll that into complications if that happens.
Good.
Yeah, so stakes will be, yeah, I think like a fail would be you get like shot by Cody Moon, right? And then a mid would be probably like grazed and your camo technology doesn't work or something, right? Like he
Yeah.
some bullshit like hits the right wire where it is or whatever.
Yeah, totally. That makes sense. Okay. Do I have to add anything, or do I just roll do I have to add a number?
You just roll with the emotion, and that should work. I think the only thing that doesn't work is the advantage thing.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
No more advantage. Okay.
That's okay. I got another 9.
Yeah. Okay. And so you can inflict your damage on him. He does have armor and he's like a boss or whatever.
Oh yeah. Do I have to roll for that?
Yeah. So you have
I have a Kitar heavy weapon.
a heavy weapon. Cool. Yeah. So just roll that dice then.
I did not write that down. I don't find it.
Oh, let's see.
Heavy weapons. The plus 2, best of 2d6.
There you go.
Roll 2d6.
Yeah. And then the complication, I think, for now, you can narrate how you hurt him. Oh, you did it in the window.
Oh yeah.
Instead of roll 20. No problem.
I'm fine.
That looks good.
I do 6 damage.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And then
So the complication, though, I think, is that, yeah, like he takes out your camo stuff, right? So
Okay.
going forward, you'll probably have disadvantage because you're not really a fighter, right? The only reason that you rolled with normal is because you were like, I'm invisible.
exactly.
Cool.
So
6
so
damage is quite a bit, though, so that's pretty good. He does have some armor, though, so you can narrate how you like get a shot, but you know the armor gets some of it.
Oh, I shoot his hat off, and it like shoots his ear off or something too.
Ooh, I like that. That's upsetting.
Yeah, sorry.
No, like upsetting for him, which is fine because he's a douche, right? So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like the instant apology though. Bina, you're up on the thing that I forget, the bridge thing. The bridge thing.
A cantilevered bridge.
Yeah, it's a bridge. It's a bridge thing. You're on the bridge. You're on the sea bridge, and you just helped Autumn get across. That was super successful. You look down, you see the body floating there, and then to your left, you see like Cody Moon and Sky locked in a death match of ages.
Nice.
So what do you want to do?
I'm not going to be facetious and say like I pull up a deck chair and watch us throw.
Nice. Y'all are so cold. Your empathy score goes down.
No, I think well, like Sky is like a really competent individual, and I feel like they've got this.
Well, in point of fact, we know that Sky is like a rocker boy, girl, right? They, them, rocker person. So, like, I wouldn't. And we know Cody Moon was like chasing you with guns and had ATVs and was pretty scary and stuff. So I just want to be true to the fiction. Sky is doing very good things. Like, but they maybe aren't like built for combat or anything. Right?
Well, hey, Sky, do you look like you need help?
Well, my trench coat just got shot, and that probably looks pissed, and a little shook. So, sure, yes, maybe. So it's up to you. I mean, not if it's gonna put you out.
Well, and how dead does the body look?
What is that?
How dead does this body look from?
Oh,
I mean, it's like not a thrashing person or anything. Right?
Okay.
Like, they're just like floating there.
Okay, well, first priority is to keep my friends safe. So I think Bina, yeah, well, I guess like if the fiber cable is still attached, like this building will hop down the fiber cable and will back to back music sword fight with Sky against Cody Moon.
Okay, so what are you doing?
I guess getting close to Sky so I can help them fight people.
Okay, so are you also doing the anime run? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. I too could run along these things.
Surprise! Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so I don't know if that's a roll. Maybe we'll say the next time Sky does something, they'll do so with advantage because you'll be helping them. Is that good?
Yes, that
I
sounds
don't
great.
feel like making stakes of you running along a line.
I might fall into the water and I can't swim very well.
I don't know. I think you're confident enough to accomplish this task.
Okay. Cool.
So, but the cool thing, I don't know. The interesting thing about this is you like make your decision, right? You run along the line, but then Adriana, who has like the nice jacket that you guys bought, she like sheds that and she like swan dives very gracefully into the water to go for the person. And then that's when we cut to the person who hasn't acted next in a long time, probably Autumn. Yeah. Autumn, what would you like to do?
I got a little distracted by something in my house, so I'd like to pull the table about what they think Autumn might be up to next.
Sure.
That's a very dynamic situation. I'm kind of like lost in it now.
Sure. So what's happening is Trella had just very successfully taken out this military person who tried to egress but then got shot. And then you and Omen are up there, and if you look over the edge, you'll see Sky fighting the Cody Moon, who I guess you don't know. You haven't seen them, but they definitely look like a douchebag, and they're trying to hurt Sky, so they're probably bad. And otherwise, Bina is like rocketing towards Sky, but is still, going towards them.
Yeah, so I think that I'm going to trust Sky in that moment, and I want to like try to like get a grasp on this situation, see if there's anything that we're missing in the heat of battle, because I have all these like enhanced sensory cyberware things. So I think I'm just doing like the whole like sniffing and like eyes darting left and right and just seeing if there's anything going on here that we should be aware of.
Excellent. Okay.
Immediately.
I'll treat it just as the stakes will be how much information you get. I think I'll just treat it as a gather information type thing. So a 10 will be really good information, and you can ask me whatever question from these things. A miss will probably be like misinformation, most likely.
Cool. I think I'm still feeling scared because it's just sort of like it's a little chaotic and we're not really sure what's going on yet.
Yeah, there's a lot of explosions, lots of fire.
Right. This is not like me feeling legit about this situation.
8. Cool. So what is the exact question that you want me to answer?
Are there any other unseen threats in the environment?
Excellent. Okay, let me show you a picture.
Ooh, I asked a
Wow,
good
you got a
question.
picture of the threats.
Yeah, I do. Oh, did I not upload it? Ah, here they are. Okay, so sort of like tucked behind or like just adjacent to the building that you're standing on. So you look down and to the left. This is where this individual is. They're like hiding in this corner. And then to the right, you can see Sky and Cody Moon there, and they look like they're trying to like get a shot off, right? They're like waiting to see who the victor is, and you can see that this is Daniel Carson, BioSlim.
Is that Cell from Dragon Ball Z without his helmet?
I don't know. But BioSlim is kind of like a you would have heard of them, especially since you're from this town, aren't you?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. BioSlim is like a merc, like a cyberpunk who has like no loyalties and is out to like help other people and stuff. So it stands to reason that he probably like cut a deal with Cody Moon to help them out, and is kind of like the backup proponent of Cody's plan here.
But I can tell from like their posture that they're sort of waiting to see which side they might want to align with.
Yeah, what cybernetic enhancements do you have?
I have eyes, ears, and nasal.
Oh, ears. So maybe you even hear BioSlim like talking in the comm to Cody Moon, right? Like maybe Cody has an implant in their ear, and BioSlim is like, I can't get a shot, right? Like I'm decouple or whatever.
Right.
Like, can the way this scene looks is like Trella like finishes dealing with that person or whatever, and like walks over to you and like, "Hey, Autumn, don't you think we?" And then I just stop, and you're like sniffing the air.
Yeah. Right.
I just watch you.
Or you're like, I like if we go into the POV of Autumn looking around and using their senses and stuff like that. And right in front of you is Trella talking, but you can't hear any of that, right? They're just blabbering on, and you're just like honing in on the stuff.
Yeah, I like that.
Cool. So what would you do with that information?
I think that I would probably summon Duchess from whatever plot appropriate hiding place she's been in to like go and like jump on BioSlim and distract him.
Oh, epic. Okay, cool. I like this a lot. But this, I don't know. I want the stakes to be interesting, but I don't want to hurt a cat.
Well, so what I'm thinking here is I don't necessarily want to kill or hurt BioSlim because I know their reputation, and I think maybe in this moment, if we could take out his payday, we might be able to, convince him to help us or not kill us or something. I don't think he necessarily needs to be taken out with swords.
Right, because he's just a merc.
Right. But in this moment specifically, I don't want him to shoot. Is it Sky or
yeah, Sky.
That's okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So you want to cause a distraction. So stakes, other than it not working, maybe Yeah, we'll just make the stakes that the distraction doesn't work.
Yeah. We can try that.
And I definitely want to see the fiction of this cat like leaping down like 3 stories into this fella.
Yeah. In this moment, I think I'm finally feeling like I'm taking control of the situation. So I think I'm gonna mark towards powerful. Now, do I remove one stake from scared to move it to powerful?
Yes.
So it just goes, since I have 2 marked, it goes down to 1 marked.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just do that real quick. I'll try to. Oh, roll the wrong one. Let's try that one.
Cool. Okay, so mid result, the distraction happens. What would be a fun? Oh yeah. Okay. So tell me how the your cat is able to cause the distraction, and then I'll take over the fiction.
I think it's probably like mirroring some of the other anime tightrope running we've seen, except now it's Duchess like on like a power line or something, and then just like similar to Autumn's swan dive earlier. Now it's a cat doing a similar like arm split out thing, and I think like maybe we see it from like the scope on Bayou Slim's like gun is looking down the side set at Sky and Commander Cody or whatever, and then you see like the cat like jump in the middle of the scope, and he's like, oh, he's flailing the gun around. There's a cat attached to it.
Yeah, the cat just like digs in as they do.
Yes.
So yeah, the scope goes wildly all around, right? I think they get off a shot, and one of the nearby buildings, we get like a shot, a POV of the bullet zooming through, right, with as if it was the camera, and it hits one of the buildings like a little ways away, which just happens to have cybertech installed in it. And as it hits it, an alarm goes off, and you know that the police will be arriving presently. Slash, the police that are probably private security.
Right.
Yeah. And let's see. Who hasn't gone in a while? Omen, right?
Is there still mans for me to fight on those roofs?
No, the guy that jumped off was shot. But presumably if you're tracking the situation, since you're, you know, in the heat of battle and that's your jam, you would have maybe watched the cat leap down and strike this fellow, as well as Sky entangled in a deadly fight with Cody Moon.
Is this alarm hearable?
Yeah, it's very loud. It's like deafening.
Do you think my evil AI buddy can help turn it off?
Oh, your arm.
My arm AI?
Interesting.
We gotta get them in the scene, into the game.
Right.
Maybe there's like a defining trait of this AI because I pulled it out of a gate system, so it's probably not that sophisticated, but maybe it has just like this huge drive to be connected to information systems, right? Because it is like in a closed system right now. Maybe there's like, and maybe there's like, you know, just your everyday rooftop system, right? This following is making sense. This is fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so yeah, how much do you want me to lean into the evil arm thing though? Like, is this a thing that can like is it so loud that it would be like, well, don't like any of that, and then like take over your arm / your body and like force you to like do the Deus Ex remote hacking thing?
Oh yeah, that's kind of cool. Maybe.
Or is it more subtle where it's just like a voice in your head, or how do you want that to play out? what is the agency situation with your evil arm?
I'm like maybe that can be part of the stakes is the loss of agency because I'm into that as that coming on screen. But I think that I like that it's like maybe a little voice in the head, maybe a little like dry or a little like instinctual drive to go and like, hey, why don't you go press a key on this Windows desktop?
Okay. Oh, so like, do you think it's interesting? So do we think the range of stakes, like the miss on the roll would be it takes over and then like starts remote hacking and that's what like you're doing until it can do it? And then the mid is something where it's like you should like it compels you to go do it yourself. Like it'd be like, okay, now go anime run to this place. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it would be kind of a conversation between like what Omen is instinctually feeling and also what this AI is pre-programmed to want to do. Which would be this is a deep dive. I didn't expect it to go this far, but I love it. It wants to like mitigate and manage the situation. So I think that having Omen thinking like, oh shit, an alarm, and this AI being like an alarm that I can interact with. So I think if that is helpful at all.
Sure. So do we want the role to be like 10, you have agency, you do whatever you want. Mid result is you're compelled to actually go to it. Fail is like your body is now the arms.
My body is not the arms. Yeah, I mean, maybe my arm is just the arms. I'm really into the idea of the remote hacking.
That yeah, like you can do what you want, but your arm is like, I'm hacking this right now, right?
Yeah. The middle result feels kind of weak, but yeah, I like that overall. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it's just that like it's gonna like do other stuff, right? Like I guess with the success, I would be like, yeah, we'll go turn off the alarm, and I can leverage this arm. And a miss, it's like the arm's gonna do what it wants with the internet.
Okay. And then
yeah, I'm fine with that.
To further complicate it too, then I'll say Adriana surfaces and then try to like struggle bringing in this like body, like, you know, as you do, like it's like dead weight, right? So it's really hard to bring them. And they keep calling out to you, shouting at you, Omen, come help me.
Right? Oh yeah, that's really good.
I need help. And then the arm is like, I don't like alarms.
I don't like alarms. Okay, let's.
How do you feel? Adriana's shouting at you to help. Your arm is getting pissy. What does your arm sound like? Is it like Alan Rickman or something?
No.
Snape?
Out of here with that.
Turn to page 394.
No, it sounds like I can't remember his name, but the main male character in Princess Mononoke.
Oh man, that's like high school for me.
Wow. Perhaps you should revisit a filmic masterpiece.
Okay, sure.
God.
Well, Disney owns it. It's hard to get that Blu-ray, man.
Yeah, that's true.
So how you feeling?
I'm okay. I'll stop looking at their name. I think that I'm feeling. I don't really know. I think I'm feeling like. I think I'm feeling scared. I really like bewildered or submissive in a way, or insecure, because this is a new experience. It's not every day you have a voice in your arm egging you on, you know.
Apparently the main person is the guy from Big Fish, the whiny guy that thinks his dad's really mean until he learns the meaning of life. Cool.
Oh wow, that didn't go well. Well, great. We had a long discussion about loss of agency, and here we go.
Yeah. Okay. So I think what the scene is then is Adriana's like shouting at you, right? Like you see her kind of like dipping in the water, struggling to bring up this weight that she's like not built to do, right? She has like one hand on the docks with like long fingernails clutching at the wood, like as it's like, you know, got the planks. there. She's got one hand on that gripping, and she's struggling really hard to bring up the body, or at least keep it surfaced with her mouth up. And then that's when your arm. What visually? How do we want to show that? Like maybe does it turn colors or something? Like how do we visually know that the arm has taken control?
Yeah, last time I was talking about doing some like high level, like 500 level anime bullshit where my fist turned some color so I could punch a computer. And so I think there are some colors. I think it's very personal colors to the AI though. It's got a whole new mode of expression now.
So maybe you can use the feeling wheel. Tell me what
Yeah.
it's feeling. What colors?
That's a real good idea. What is it feeling? How's this AI feeling? I think it's, it's a little depressed, right? Because it's its first foray into the world, and it's just begging for some connection again.
Yeah.
It's a little sad. So maybe it's a little blue tinted. I do like in the anime audience perspective, like in tentacles, demon prince tentacles, smash into the screen. But yeah, I like a good blue.
Cool. So maybe it like starts out as a light blue. You hear like a ringing in your head, right? And I think you just hear like a whisper for this very first time, and it says something really creepy, like it whispers and it's like "close the door," right, or something. And then the blue starts overtaking your arm, and you buckle down as you try to like fight it. Your knees hit the ground. It's very dramatic, right? And then your arm outstretches, and we can tell by the way like the muscles are contorting and stuff that it's like against your will. It turns deeper and darker blue, and then I think the alarm across the way starts like getting intermittent so that the audience knows that you're like hacking it. And then we go to commercial. First break. So let's come back at 16 second.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I will see you soon.
What does barging out mean?
It's supposed in the PDF. It's borging out.
Oh,
You have the cyber psychosis. It's all happening. Oh no.
I wanted to find like a little clip of Ashitaka talking, but that's just not on YouTube.
Well, if it's Billy Crudup, the guy who did the kid in
That's a very
Fish.
solid point. Wait, what?
The guy in Big Fish, the main
Oh, is-
character. Well, not the main character actually, but like the son of the father, Ewan McGregor. You know,
Mm-hmm. I see.
so not the main character, but like adjacent.
Michael posted a clip where you can hear Ashitaka. So never mind. All of that was useless commentating anyway.
Oh, let's see.
Okay.
Oh, he doesn't sound the same at all.
The magic of voice acting, I guess.
Yeah.
Ashitaka, you just need to find the spirit of the forest and reconnect with all of the land and fight off industrialism. You'll be fine.
You'll
So
be
easy.
fine.
So easy.
Yeah, it's no big deal. Everyone, that's what I do on weekends.
Oh, hey, spirit of the forest. Just checking in.
How's it going? It's been a little while, like a week.
Well, you know, to be a good steward takes a little TLC.
True. Wes Dorfman has been tracking human quarry.
That's the bio slim guy.
He is legendary in the South.
Yeah, he's legend. Wait for it, dairy in the south.
If only Alex's character is here to pay him.
Yeah.
Maybe we could convert him to our side.
Yeah, copying from the PDF is only somewhat good, as you can.
I like it.
Yeah, it's
Well,
all
you-
like some
you
words
know,
are weird.
SL less than ill.
Yeah, in the thing, it looks like it's fairly
Okay.
normal. Yeah.
I mean, it is leet speak. The
Yeah.
leet.
It really is too. That's how you do a K in lead speak, so that's funny. Anyway, it's supposed to be borging out.
Borging out.
Yeah, like cyber psychosis.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess they
thought-
call it borging out.
thought you meant like the Borg.
He is close to becoming Locutus of Borg.
Listen, we can't judge them just because they have one mind and they enslaved hundreds and thousands of planets.
Yeah, it seems unreasonable. We need to maintain our civility with them. Okay, cool. Okay, so who hasn't gone in a while? Probably Sky and Bina. But
Yeah.
I will say, Bina, are you going to still help Sky? Or having seen, you know, your friend desperately trying to bring up this body, clawing at the docks, are you going to continue with that action or not?
Stop trying to guilt trip me.
I mean, otherwise I'll just make a roll for Adriana. We'll see if she can do it or not.
I thought
it would be fine, you know. I wouldn't feel bad about it or anything. We'll still be friends, I'm sure.
No. Oh, damn it. I wasn't feeling conflicted, and now I am feeling conflicted.
Well, she's just crying and shouting at you,
Oh, God
desperately
damn it.
clawing at the docks.
I'm just kidding. I'm not actually.
The punk makeup that you put on her's running down, right? From the water.
Oh my gosh, well, when you put it that way. Oh God, I can't say no. I can't leave her alone. I'll look to Sky, be like, Sky, you got this, and then I'm gonna go help Adriana.
You sent her a text.
Yeah,
And you're just like, SMS, you got this.
Yeah,
It just shows
totally.
up in your head as you're doing Mortal Kombat.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's cool. Kira, are you still here? Your camera's old. Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, sorry. Did my camera do something weird?
You were just frozen, so I was like unsure.
That's fine.
That's fine. Okay, so how do you help Adriana? What do you do?
Well, what does she need?
She probably just needs like
Need a
someone
hug?
else to help. Well, no, I think it's mostly like she's trying to drag like dead weight up onto the dock, and she doesn't have the leverage, and it's really hard. And
That's okay. She's a scientist. I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll help her lug this body up onto the dock. See if the person's still conscious, alive, and if not, maybe induce some punk CPR.
Okay, sounds good. So I think stakes is probably, yeah, maybe the whoever's being dragged up doesn't get dragged up. It's the stakes. I think.
Cool. How am I feeling? Probably. Hmm. I don't know, probably a bit like, I don't know, probably a bit guilty. So like we left Adriana to do this by herself and took off, and I'm feeling a bit bad about that.
Okay. Let's see what happens. Oh. Okay. So let's see. With the 5, a failure. What happens is, I think we get a very dramatic scene as Bina is like looking between Adriana and Sky, right? And then the camera just cuts to like closer to the docks with Adriana, and Adriana's like screaming and crying and trying to lift the body and keeping it up and trying to like haul herself up instead. Oh, Lauren's gone. Okay. Lauren? Hello? Yeah, the arm too. Lauren, what did you hear about that?
Nothing. And my computer decided to rage quit, I guess.
Okay, did you see that you failed?
Yes, I did, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what we see is Bina's like up or slightly above anyway. You were like running to help Sky, right? We'll say you're like pretty close to halfway. You looked between Sky, you looked between Adriana, and then suddenly the camera cuts to like Adriana in the water trying to like claw and keep up this person that we it's like too dark to see who it is still, right? They're like clouded in darkness, and with one hand they're trying to keep their head above water, and the other's like desperately clawing at the dock. She's like screaming and shouting and crying and stuff like that, and I think her head dips below the water, right? And then we see like a hand jet down, and you grab Adriana, and when she comes back up, she's like empty-handed though, right? And you pull her up and you're sputtering onto the dock, coughing and stuff like that. And then the camera cuts to the water, and we see like Cleary fading down into the depths of the darkness. And then we'll cut to Trella. What's up?
Wow. What's Cody Moon doing?
Cody Moon is locked in Mortal Kombat at the moment.
Locked in Mortal Kombat. And who am I to take away someone's glory?
Like, you could help Sky is where I was going with that, but sure.
Yeah, seriously, you can help me.
Okay.
Sky's down there just being like, if only I had more fictional positioning.
Who here has ear cyberware? Does anybody have that?
Yeah, Autumn
that's like
does.
Oda. Oh yeah, that's right. You said you have all the senses.
Yeah.
And Bina, you're shaking your head yes? Okay.
No.
Someone does. Okay, well, my first thought was to play a recorded noise that we have that's like really loud and like aggressive and almost deafening, but it's a frequency that some of us have blocked out from being able to hear. So it's like, you know how you blow a dog whistle and only dogs can hear it because it's at a high enough frequency?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that, but I don't want to deafen anybody else, so maybe that doesn't really make a lot of sense.
If you're a millennial, cover your ears.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you also see Omen on the same roof as you being like controlled by their art, right?
Wait, are we all on the same roof?
You were going to the same roof as Trella, so I think you made it there, right?
I thought I was going to a roof like across the docks.
Yeah, that's where Trella is. Autumn swung down and grabbed Trella, and they landed on the roof, right?
Oh, I missed all that.
Okay, we're on like connected roofs, whatever. You're doing your thing. If I could notice Almond visibly losing control, am I noticing
Omen,
that?
right? Omen, yeah.
Omen.
Yeah.
No
almonds here.
It could be an awe, whatever.
Yeah, well, it could be a pet name, sure.
Can I get a?
Yeah,
No?
you can notice Omen for sure. What?
No, I was asking for an amen, but okay.
Oh.
Could I like know Omen's favorite song and like jam some headphones on their head to like, you know, snap them back into their own consciousness? They remember a deep part of themselves.
I don't know if I'm out of my consciousness. I just don't have much physical control. You can still absolutely put headphones on my head, though.
Yeah. That sounds a little bit less effective now, but nice.
Yeah, like Omen's other body parts are functioning normally. Just the arm is doing it.
Maybe there's like a frequency that cancels out tech or the AI or something, though, because it's in my cyber arm.
EMP frequency. That's pretty cool.
EMP strum.
Not EMP. Don't turn me off.
Okay. Well, Autumn, you're still here with me, right? You haven't jumped off any more roofs?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, my cat has, but I'm still up here.
Right. You imagine you don't want to leave Duchess behind, but we could do like a team up Marvel action, you know?
Yes, please.
How
am I helping you this time?
Well, I don't have a lot of cool ideas. Like, if Cody Moon needs dealing with, then we can go like swoop down on him or something. And leave Omen to their digital fate. Yeah, I feel like Trella doesn't have a ton of tools that aren't like music bullshit. As much as I love that stuff, I don't know exactly how to interact here. So,
well, it could be whatever. Like, we're in an anime cyberpunk world, right?
That is true.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about the stuff that I have.
So you're trying to do like trying to attack, is that right?
Yeah, I think it'd be cool if we go like deal with Cody Moon because he seems to be the wild card here, and we don't know, or we know about the other person though, right? So, do we want to make sure they're sort of contained and locked down, or do we want to just go deal with Cody Moon so that they know that we're cool?
I mean, I think that our intention was to distract um, Bayou Slim momentarily so that we could deal with Cody Moon without getting shot. So
yeah,
maybe,
it sounds like we got to do a cool thing.
yeah. So do you want to do a ranged attack with your guitar, or do you want to get up close and personal and find a way to get close?
I just don't know if I own a gun, which would be a good thing to have.
Expensive.
Expensive.
Yeah, I have 2,800 unspent dollars. Can I buy a gun?
I suppose.
Okay, no, I was planning to do it in a not middle of Blaze in the Dark style scenario. I'm sorry.
Is that something that you feel like Trella would do? Would she use a gun? Is she all about that life, or
She just doesn't know how to do that, I think. Although she is a cool cyberpunk hero. Sorry. So how far away is Sky and the Mortal Kombat happening?
Like 3 stories below you and like 10 feet in front from the
Okay.
wall, maybe.
because one thing I was thinking, it sounds like our big issue with this distance is altitude, right? Not the other one. So like I was thinking maybe if you hold on to my back, I can do like a cool cat claws sliding down the building, and then you can jump off and spin and use your sword if you want to do a up close attack.
I want to do a spin sword thing, like you just said.
Okay, let's do that then.
Yeah.
If that's cool with you, Fraser, does that sound fictionally appropriate?
Sure, that sounds cool. Mechanically, Trella is not good at fighting people, so you'd have disadvantage. That's not your bag. Or you could use that as fictional positioning to give Sky advantage by helping.
It would be cool to set up Sky, sort of. Even
Sure.
though they don't really, they're cool. They could do this on their own, but we're just being efficient about it.
Sure. Okay. Cool. Okay, so that in that case, you don't have to roll for it. You just say how you're helping, and you do, and then Sky can take advantage of it, get advantage on the roll, and then yeah.
Cool.
So what does it look like?
Yeah, I think.
So just like a nod, and like we know, like
Yeah, we thought of
or whatever.
It's
thought
like
of one move in advance, and it was this one because we knew.
It's like Colossus and Wolverine with the fastball special, but something stranger.
Yeah, it's like Black Panther and Jubilee or something, you know.
Yeah.
So are you excluding Black Panther
I'm
or Jubilee?
excluding Jubilee. She's my least favorite. It's okay. I know everyone loves Vampire Jubilee. Okay, please.
The mall baby love chili fries. All right. So who else is a musical X-Men? That's probably, we don't need to figure that out. But so I think we just had like the cool sparks going down the side of the building. And you're like got an arm on my shoulder, neck or something, and then what do you do?
Hey, asshole!
Owen's like, what?
And then I think idiot with my keyboard sword. I think that's the cool. Like, what kind of surface are you battling on the roof of a building?
They're just fighting on the docks.
On the docks, okay. Yeah, I think I jump off of Autumn's back, and I think I like bounce off of like there's like some roof of a boat that's like a tarpaulin or something, and I do a flip, and I would like to try to like land so that I can just like push him towards Echo or something like that. Just be a help in the move.
Cool. Well, you do it. You do help. We'll just see how well it goes. So, Sky, that all happens. All of that. I guess as you're locked in this combat, you see like that happening off the peripheral of your vision, where they execute this expand team maneuver that they've been practicing in at the bar or something. Whatever.
I mean, it's really impressive. I feel kind of subpar now, just like using my heavy machine gun guitar.
Think of something even stupider, and you'll one up us. So.
That's okay. I'll leave the fancy moves to you. I'm just gonna shoot a mother in the face.
Okay, so he gets ostensibly he gets distracted by the moves of Trella distraction, and you're just gonna take that opportunity to Trinity him in the head.
Yeah,
I'm
gonna
dodge this.
Yeah, I'll even run up right next to him and do my best Trinity impression, because it's the future, and the Matrix happened in this future too, right?
Sure. Cool. Okay, so stakes is, I think, harm is on the table. So
Yeah.
he too has a weapon.
I am powerful. Oh, my computer's running so slow. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. I don't know if it's affecting anything. I got another 9. Why? This is weird.
Oh, but you didn't roll with advantage, so roll one more die. Just do like the /R.
Yeah.
We can beat a 1 easy. Yeah.
What is it?
6, 7, 8, 9. So you got an 11 actually.
Whoa.
Whoa. Okay, so it works. So roll your damage. Let's see if you can take him out. He has 4 harm left.
Oh yeah, I got this.
Nope.
Getting cocky. Nope. Only a 3.
So it's like a mortal wound, though, right? Like he's only got 1 harm left.
Yeah.
Oh, he has. Actually, it would have 2 because he has a. Well, I would say he has armor, but if you're shooting in the head, maybe not, right?
Oh well, I mean that was narrative. He can be shot wherever.
Oh, that's fine. Shoot him in the head, but then we'll have it as a graze or something like that, right? Like not.
Or he has head armor. Maybe he's got
Ooh,
cyber.
cybernetics, yeah, like in the new Cyberpunk 2077, where people get shot in the head and it's just like tink.
Yep.
Sure. So yeah, narrate what happens. What do we see on screen?
Oh, I guess Sky runs up to him, and their hair and scarves flowing in the canal breeze, and she shoots him in the or they shoot him in the head, and then the bullet just bounces off comically like a ting. Although I guess it kind of he gets whiplash or something, because he's probably still, he took 3 damage.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's more. I think it's more like T-1000, where he's still up, but he looks pretty messed up, right? Like he's probably got a cranial dent or something like that going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just and I'm fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Omen. The alarm goes off finally. You're free. How do you think that it just gets satiated by the alarm being off, or do you wrestle control back after it?
Oh, I think I wrestle control back, right? Because it's a programmed computer thing with a limited amount of sentience, so it wants to be connected to fulfill a job. So I have to get it back under control. Cool. Otherwise, it would just keep shutting off alarms across the city.
And I think the camera shot is the camera looking down at you, clutching at the roof's edge, right? Wrestling the control back, so that you can also see that Bayou Slim has wrestled control free, and in fact he's probably flailing around and shit for a while, right? And then right when he's about to hit Duchess just does a really graceful as fuck leap, right? And lands on a girder or something nearby or something like that. But he's stumbling forward towards Sky. What do you do?
Oh, he's below me?
Yeah, he's below. Out of the alley he comes.
Okay, here's the scene. Here's the sceeny-weenie. After I've gotten control of my arm back, I think it's probably still blue.
And it sounds like Alan Rickman as Marvin the robot, the depressed one. Hitchhiker's Guide to the
No.
Galaxy. I'm just kidding.
No. I kind of like the idea that maybe my arm is like venting, because it's like
cool.
reinforced. So maybe it got like well, yeah, you know, as things do when they vent, it got overworked.
The heatsink was not good enough.
Yeah, which is just the armpit, and it just looks like I've sweated a lot. What I want to do is I think that I'll like.
Remember, you got your class moves to be real cool.
Oh, yeah, I do have my class moves. I never remember those. Where are they written down? Where did I write those? I have no idea. Okay, let me go back to the other sheets. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so what I want the screen to show the audience is that I'm just taking my sword and I'm gonna like shimmy it out of its little sheath or whatever, and then I just want to like throw it down and try to like impale Bayou Slam some way.
Is it anime where you like leap into the air and do like a couple twirls and then like whip it, or is it no? You're just sitting there being like,
I'm so like exhausted, so I'm still laying on the ground, so it's like me looking over, and then I'm just like throwing it. It's still like anime because that's like not a possible throw.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm that high up to get that much velocity, so it's still like a good shot.
Well, are you using the venting of your arm in some way to help you with this?
No, my cyber arm is it's impressive because I'm so worn down and I have to use my other arm.
Right.
My cyber arm's just like laying there cooling off. Like it hurts to move it.
Right. Okay. I think Stakes is he gets a shot off and hits the arm and you get feedback on it.
He's shooting at me?
Yep.
What? How did he even see me?
Well, he's all augmented and stuff. It says that he's like an expert.
So he just knows. He got like a target lock warning when I lifted my sword up.
Or maybe just like out of the corner of his eyes, like a sword is coming. Oh shit, right?
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
So like it's a bullet, it's a sword, right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess I will use a boost move because I never use them and I don't need to hold on to them or something.
He's got a smart gun link, which means that his computer actually would just target it for him.
But he's not even looking at me when he's trying to shoot me.
Yeah, but the processor just does it for him, right?
I know what a smart link is. I've read Shadowrun.
Okay. Well, in this world, he can do that.
I think I'm gonna just roll with advantage. Oh wait, okay. I guess does this count as a melee combat?
Yeah, sure. If you have the fictional positioning to get a sword at the person, I think it's melee combat.
I don't know what you're complaining about, Matthew.
I'll give it to
you. Okay, let me roll with advantage. I'm feeling tired. I'm feeling exhausted. I'm feeling pretty beat down. I'm feeling a little unsure because I have a demon prince voice in my head. I guess that's scared, right? Okay.
Sounds about right.
I also spiked scared.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
does that roll?
Nice
wait. Well, it doesn't matter because the spiked only gives you a +1 in the attribute, right?
You didn't do advantage though.
So yeah.
Roll an extra d6, just 1d6. Oh, that. Okay, so you roll. So it would.
Well, I don't have a modifier in scared. I just hit roll again.
Right. Okay, so it'd be a 4 and a 3, so it would be a 7. Okay, so mid result, you do hit him, but you also get shot. So tell me what it looks like to throw a sword at somebody.
He shot my arm.
Yeah, he gets off a shot, it hits your arm, and then it like causes you feedback, and I'll roll it.
Mm-hmm. Tell me if this is too much, but what if my sword slices through the bullet and it's just like, it doesn't change anything, right? But like 2 pieces of the bullet, it's just this like real cool zoomed in. where you see the bullet split in half, but you know, it's a good bullet gun. And
well,
we
maybe it was
sling-
going for your eye, but it does a JFK magic bullet switch, right, and hits your arm instead.
that was a Gauss reference.
Oh,
But yes, I like that. And then I think, what does the feedback look like? What does it hurt? I think it feels. My arm's reinforced. Oh yeah, that's good. Let's bring the blue glow back into it. Probably where the bullets strike, the blue glow hits. And I think that there's maybe not physical damage if you're okay with this, but it's like simulated nerve damage. Do you know what I mean? From the AI.
Oh, yeah, that sounds great. I like that. Simulated nerve damage. I only feel like I'm being hurt. Phantom pain syndrome.
That's even worse.
Metal Gear Solid pain. It's one of the games called Phantom something.
Metal Gear Solid. I have Metal Gear Solid right now.
Kira's like not impressed at all. Her face is just like no. My jokes
Okay.
sometimes not. I'll admit that one's not the best. Anyway, cool. So you take the feedback. Autumn, as you get down to the ground, I think Grace runs up to you and she's like, have you seen my father? Have you seen Cleary? Also, there's a bead of sweat coming down her forehead and your heightened senses know something's up.
So, like, I'm picking up, like, a deceptive...
Yes. I'll say yes, because you got tricked out senses. Maybe you sense fear. Smell it or something.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, am I able to detect particularly which emotion that she's feeling based on, like, her pheromones or whatever? I don't know. Maybe.
Sure. Yeah.
She's got the fear stink, the
fear stink.
sneaky stink. What you got?
Yeah, like the sneaky stink, whatever that would be. Like she's trying to manipulate you, stink, whatever that is.
Okay.
It's only detected by other furry mammals, not humans. You've got the advantage.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And she's got like a hand behind her.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh. I think I do something provocative. Because I'm in the battle mind, right? So
Duchess from afar is like lying.
I got the lying cat. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Augmentation.
Karen, this is a good one. Don't shake your head. This is a good reference.
I think that like maybe like Trella's nearby or someone's nearby and sees me do this thing and it's like, why are you, like being so violent out of nowhere? But I think I just want to like maybe like swing her around and see what she's hiding behind her, or like put her into some sort of like martial arts type,
like a hold of some
arm
kind.
block. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I think that'll be a roll. Yeah. Stakes is she lashes out physically, I think.
Sounds about right.
With probably whatever's behind her back.
Yes. I think I'm feeling powerful here. This is like provocative, confident.
This is how you stayed in the game for so long, right? People don't know that you can smell the stench of betrayal.
That's right.
That's not the best.
But,
1 plus 1.
Yes.
So, I think
doubles is critical, right? Is that how it works?
Definitely critical failure.
Go for it.
Yeah, across the way, the cat's like lying, but it's too late. I think Grace notices from what you're like about to do. You like go to do this martial arts maneuver, and she does the sort of like coy smile, and she's like, I guess I couldn't get one past you. And she backs up a bit so you miss, and then she points the gun at you, and the slow motion ejection of the chamber in the gun happens, right? A cool thing like Max Payne.
Kung Fu is strong. Okay.
Yeah. So you're gonna take the best of 2d4, which is 3.
Okay.
Have any armor?
What I have like a armored vest, I think. But I guess it depends on where she shoots me.
Yeah, I think she just does Thunder Mass, right? So it'd be
Sounds
2
good.
instead of 3. Across the way, Beta, you see this happening, right? At first, from your eyes, maybe you're like relieved, right? You're like, oh, thank God, Grace is saved, yay! Cleary's dead, but oh no, at least she survived, right? But then you see this exchange where she just like blows away. Well, yeah, they get a shot off. It looks much worse than it was. What do you do?
Peter feels like she's just running after people and failing. He's already been responsible for one
Well,
death.
maybe Bina's mad and feels betrayed by Grace, right? Like all of these emotions.
Yeah, too many emotions.
Grace probably has a whole bunch of tricked out cyberware and stuff too, right? And Bina's a hacker.
Well, yeah, I guess we'll hack Grace. That's like a fun thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I leave the crying Adriana.
Yeah, so give me the scene. Is this like
oh Jesus.
Is this like a Buffy moment or what? You angry? You mad?
Yeah.
Karen doesn't like any of my jokes. I feel judged.
Yeah, so I guess like we get the reflection of Grace's shot like in Bina's like visor as she watches Grace's betrayal, and then like you don't see like a change of emotion in her eyes because you just can't ever see her eyes, but you get like this nasty scowl across her face, and then she like sort of like whips out her deck, and it probably has like much like Omen's like blue set her deck is just like firing off like mad red like angry light as she hacks Grace.
Cool. Okay, so stakes. I don't think she could like squeeze off a shot. I don't think she'd be like cognizant enough to look around and be like, yes, and have a perfectly aimed shot at you or anything. But I think the stakes will just be like, oh, I know, feedback, right?
Feedback. I was gonna say mad feedback.
Got ice in our brain.
Yeah.
Or STEM processor thing. Basic processor chipware set.
Awesome. I guess I'm feeling it pretty mad.
Cool. And you get advantage because this is your thing, right?
Oh yeah, totes.
So roll an extra d6.
Okay.
This is your speciality. Oh wow, so that's
sweet.
a crit. It's a crit
That's super.
actually. So does that makes it 6 and 12 and 13. So you get an additional benefit from this as well. So I'll let you narrate exactly what happens with this. The things happen.
Oh, cool. I feel like we get this from Autumn's perspective, right? Because he's like facing off with Grace, and I think like Grace probably goes from whatever like she was wearing on her face to like sort of very blank as like Bina takes over her consciousness, and she probably like Bina probably hits like not a literal kill switch, but like enough to sort of like have her crumple to the ground, kind of like a rag doll, just to like take her out of commission. And I don't know, does like Grace have any cool like stuff in her brain I can get?
She has all the passwords. Maybe what would be interesting is maybe she is linked to By you. No, the guy that Sky is fighting. Maybe to both of them, right? I think they're all on the same comp frequency channel thing. So maybe as additional benefit, you could do the one last harm to the person fighting Sky as well. Like,
Yeah, I've already taken one life, one another.
Okay. Well, you don't have to kill them to be clear, right?
Yeah, I'll take that last time off of the guy fighting Sky.
You can kill them. You know, I'm not saying that you like. It can go as far as you would like with this. Okay. So, man, Cody Moon, that's the guy. So, do you want to do that then?
Yeah, totes. That sounds good.
Cool. So, what does that look like?
Oh, I don't know. He was pretty fucked up already, right? Like,
Yeah, he has like a cranial dent and stuff.
yeah.
Could I set up what happens maybe?
Oh,
And
yeah,
then
go
you
for it.
finish it. So like I think when Trella jumped off of Autumn, she like bounced off of the thing and just landed on the dock on her ass behind him, and like it wasn't good, but it was enough to like distract him for like a frame, you know, in an anime when the badass was just like, whoa, there's something else there, and then that's when Sky gets the shot off, and then it like pings him in his brain, and maybe he like trips over me or something, or is about to, or like. I'm just like behind him basically, and then whatever you do, I like that it's all part of the same sequence. Is that cool?
Oh, I still have no I'm so lost in what this looks like.
Well, it could just be like a CGI cyberware hack thing, right? Where you're like, we get the CGI version of you hacking into Grace, and then you like see the video feeds of Bayou as well as Cody, and then you just sort of like make the like leap or whatever into that, and then just like execute like maybe a whole bunch of script starts writing in his own vision.
That looks cool. Yeah.
And then it's just like, I don't know, whatever you think, like kill switch or
yeah,
power down or whatever, right?
The Audacity feed sort of like dies.
Yeah. No Audacity for you.
Yeah, totally. That sounds awesome.
Cool. So yeah, and Cody Moon like crumples. He was nothing without his head anyway. And I think as we like take stock with the camera around everywhere, Bio slims in the wind, right? He like ran away. Unless somebody wants to run after and pursue. What if people want to do? Take stock of the situation.
Okay, who did I throw my sword at?
At the guy who just ran away.
It didn't impale him?
No. You heard.
You did, but it's just stuck in his shoulder, so he's running.
No,
Sword back.
no. The sword's there. I'm not gonna take your sword away. It's just like impaled in the ground, right? Or between the dock things, the pieces of wood.
I might like see your murderous intent, Omen, and be like, "Don't worry about it. His paycheck's dead. He won't bother us anymore."
I'm just trying to help. His arm is still venting.
Which you were saying looks like sweating.
Yeah, that's kind of a joke. I like that it's
Okay.
the visual, like actual venting and like weird venting smoke coming out of like there's like probably lines crisscrossing it, you know. So coming out of like the cracks and everything in between. I'm sure I'm also sweating. This is all very stressful.
Right. Of course. So nobody wants to go after Bayou though, right? Or do people? No?
I'm too tired.
We'll leave him for a villain comeback.
Right. Okay. For
I
sure.
mean, Vita's pretty mad. I don't know.
Yeah, Vita, you bad?
I'm always mad. But probably not. I don't know. Not enough to go after him, I don't think.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. Okay, well, let's take our last break, come back at 7, and then we'll jump to a different scene.
Cool.
Cool. Welcome back. Cool.
Thank you. I'm not judging your jokes, Fraser. That's my way of approving your jokes.
No is good.
Yeah, 'cause it's like you told a perfect pun or something, you know? And I'm like, no, why?
Cool. Okay, well that makes me happier. But in all honesty, they're a force that I can't contain anyway. So
I shake my head disapprovingly.
I know you do. I know. Cool. So what do we think the next scene is? Is it everyone just like going to the pub? Is it like after Reservoir Dogs where the job is done and you guys are like at a diner and just like all kind of roughed up but at Denny's and sharing some food and decompressing? And tomorrow's the day when you leave. Oh, a detail that seems like it was supposed to have been communicated in this that I didn't communicate to you. Apparently, this guy, this fixer, wants to come with you to it. He's escorting you to the rigs or whatever, if you are okay with that. I did not articulate that because I missed that in the text, but reading further on, they're like, so Mike is there. And I'm like, whoa, what?
Remember, we were trying really hard to get him to come with us.
It's like, whatever. So turns out you did. He came around. And you leave in the morning. Pronto. Cool. So what is the overall like tone of this scene in the diner? Like, is it pretty dire? Are people like what do you think? Is Bina really distraught or what?
I don't know if I know everything about Cody Moon. Were they agents of the corporation that's after us, or?
Cody Moon was hired by, like, basically think of it as like there's a bounty out on you guys and it's a lot of money. So a whole bunch of people are trying to cash in on that bounty. He was one of the first. What?
The corporation called?
The corporation that you hit is called Biotechnica. Yeah, they're like the parent company, but you hit like a different corporation by them, but you throughout this have learned that Biotechnica is the puppeteer controlling that other one, and sort of like that one is a subsidiary that they use as a front, basically.
Great, thanks.
Biotechnica is the mastermind or whatever, the omnipresence in this little foray. So yeah, what is the tone? How are people feeling? Maybe I'll just ask actually, I'll just ask each of you how you're feeling actually. So, Omen, what you thinking about? How are you feeling?
We decided we want to be at a diner. I like that that's a motif for us.
Yeah, is it the same chain too as the other one that you went to? Or just a different
Yeah,
diner?
maybe they have. The other one we went to was like on the road and it could move, but I like the idea that down here in the south, in this flooded swampland, there's probably a boat. There's a boat diner that we all can get on. Yeah, I think there's pinball machines in this one, and I think that there's like a old-timey soda fountain. It's like, it seems like it's all these like antiques that have been repurposed for the place. So if you want to have a fun and soda experience, you can.
And at least two people on here have the double thong action too.
Double thong action?
Yeah, like in the picture with the guy wearing the thong, but it's got like reinforcements along the thigh. In the picture?
What are you talking about? And
the
those
Delta blues, like follow.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's a fancy jockstrap.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I think Owen has hot dog, but instead of like eating it, he's like tearing off pieces, and like I think he keeps like kind of testing his arm like as he's like popping in these little hot dog bites that he's making. And I think like you can still kind of see it because he's always in like a sleeveless shirt. You can still kind of see it like pulsing from that where the bullets hit him. It's very faint now though, but it stopped venting finally. And I think that he is probably looking like very introspective, which is probably strange to see Omen attempting any sort of introspection or reflection. Because now he's got a new friend who has an agenda, probably.
Yep. Okay. What about Sky? How are you feeling about stuff?
I think Sky is pissed. Like, these people just tried to kill all their friends, and like they're just like these huge bruisers who like don't seem to give a shit about anybody. They're like totally soulless Borgs, just out to make a quick buck, and that's frustrating to Sky because they're an artist and they think things should have more meaning than that. So they're having like an existential crisis.
Are you writing lyrics out or like?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it lyrics or is it like? Are you writing a riff for a new song or what?
No, it's like really cheesy lyrics, like on like a digital napkin. I don't know, something digital.
Sure. Sounds good. Humanity Lost coming soon. Bina, what are you thinking and feeling about things?
Yeah, Vena's probably feeling a bit distraught. I think this is the first time in the game she's like hurt someone with her hacking. Because before then it was just like making friends with robots and like making friends in the truck. It's been like pretty fun time. So I think she's probably sprawled out over like Adriana, or is like leaning heavily on Adriana and looking quite quiet and tired as she probably shares some seaweed beignets with Adriana. Yeah.
Cool. What about Trella?
I think Trella has waffles with ice cream and chocolate chips, and she's going between like digging into them and like talking about how cool stuff was that just happened. Like, Bina, that was so cool when you just hacked that guy's brain and you just tripped and fell over and his head. It was whew. And then like she'll just kind of like eat her waffles for like 30 seconds and stare off into the distance, kind of like terrified about life. Like she's going between these phases of just being like stoked and like, oh my god, we almost all just died. This is real. This is bad. So I think she's excited about that things are happening, but she's also like terrified because she's seeing the real consequences of them, and she doesn't know how to deal with that.
Right. And what about Autumn?
So I really dig this idea. Like this shot is like so clearly in my head of like all these like cyberpunk people like crammed into this diner booth, and like there's the window with like the like buildings like slowly going by because we're on the boat. And I think that Autumn is like perched up on top of the booth, you know, real extra punk style of like, I'm not going to conform to your seating arrangements or whatever. I think my thoughts are on Bayou Slim and how like we both came from the same area, and like he like has been in the business for so long, and as time goes on he's just like had to like and also we used to date, but like but like he's just had to continually like transform his body and like just add more and more cyber to the point where like maybe he's losing his identity. And I think like if I stay in this business, like if I stay alive, is that what I'll look like down the line? You know, is that what my future holds? So I think that's kind of what I'm pondering.
Cool.
Petting my cat, like
Yeah.
thoughtfully.
And I think Adriana like looks a mess, right? Like she was in the water, her makeup was running, she was crying, she was shouting, so her voice is like all hoarse and stuff. And I think at one point when Trella is on their high points, I guess, of what was happening, being like, "Ooh, that was so cool." I think she has like a coffee cup, and finally she was so anxious and tight that she was like kept gripping it harder and harder, and it like breaks and it cuts her hand, right? And she's like it's not a huge gash or anything; it's more of a symbolic thing. And she says, everything, how can Grace do that? Like, how can people out here be like this? How is this better than the lab? I'd rather just be safe. And she's sort of like turtling, right? Like going inward on herself. And Beta, you saw too that like when you were pulling her out, she was looking down at Cleary, like sinking down, right? And her face was like freaked out and like afraid and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so does anyone say anything?
You know how like a cat will tend to just ignore you most of the time, but then when you're feeling really down, all of a sudden they show up to comfort you. I think that Autumn has been very like kind of distant and maybe walking an ethical line here, but when he sees Adriana upset, like he'll come down from his perch and like give her a shoulder hug, and just try to comfort her.
I think as soon as that cat puts weight down, I think that's when she just like breaks like a dam, right? And starts crying and like gets it all out and stuff like that. And then I guess then we'll cut to you guys leave it. Unless other people want to have more discussion. Does anyone want to talk?
I think Bina probably relates to her a bit, kind of like similarly being trapped in a corporate music company where she was doing so similar stuff, but on a much more like less intelligent level. And I think she probably said something like about like I can't quite put my finger on the words, but something about the effect of like it's better to live out here and risk the loss than it is to like live no life at all, but within like the confines of those establishments.
Right. I think the thing that's hitting hard for her though is that like Grace betrayed her father, and she's thinking about betraying her father and like what that would do to him, right? It might result in his death as well, and that kind of stuff is paralleling in her brain because she's like in a headspace where everything is like the wrong extrapolated worst outcome of everything that you're thinking, right? Does anyone else want to talk amongst themselves or break the mood?
I mean, I think not like probably at a different time than that conversation's going on because I hope Omen's not that insensitive. But at some point, Omen is looking at Bina and he's like, "Hey, do you know anything about like computers?"
Yeah, kind of. What's up?
So remember when I
see the
punched...
whole brain hack thing? Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, Trella. No, I was laying on the ground. My arm was fucked up. I missed it. Sorry.
It was.
What's up, Owen?
So you know when I punched a computer?
Yeah, it was
right.
amazing.
Well, I think something happened.
Yeah.
That's it. Can you like take a look sometime?
Yeah, totally. We can do it right now if you're feeling up to it.
Ooh.
Oh, I guess so.
The name of the thing in your arm has to be like some acronym for the countermeasure or whatever, right? Like it'd be like ONI, but it's like one never device thing or whatever. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like if it was ice, it would be like my name is Ice, but it's like intrusion countermeasure, etc. So you should think about that and tell me what it is.
Okay.
Be fun.
Yeah, I'll try to think about it. But yeah, Owen's like, Okay, sure. And I think he like shoves the rest of the hot dog in his mouth and he like leans his arm across the table.
Nice.
Plug her in.
Yeah, I think Bina probably runs her fingers down it and then like be able to jack into your arm to give it a Dr. Bina is in the house.
Well, okay, so are you trying to get information or what is do you want a mechanical effect out of this?
Yeah, I guess what do you want help with, Owen? Like do you want to know more about it? Like do you want help fixing it? Like what do you want?
I think I would just like to know its name and a way to talk to it.
Oh,
Owen's feeling very, very vulnerable and connected to our.
That's my jam. Like I'm really good at making friends with computers. You come to the right person.
Yeah, and the password is do 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 do.
Yeah, you gotta hum it.
Sure.
I don't really know a name for it. I'm not good at coming up with acronyms on the spot.
Yeah, I bet you there's got to be like a generator for it or something. Evil. Nice. Very subtle.
Every vision is lit. Evil. Yeah, I mean, I guess we can handwave past the rest of this, especially if there's no roll or something, and we can always like reveal it later if we want to keep on trucking.
I mean, but I could probably give you a tip on how to communicate with it for sure. Like, I can probably show you how to jack into it or something, or like trying to like wire you up to like a part of it through your armpit or like something, so you can talk to your arm.
What's attached to me? Maybe there's just like, maybe there's like a firewall that's put in to install cyberware. So maybe you can take it down.
Take out the firewall. Yeah, it sounds amazing.
That's safe.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that could be a roll for sure.
Delimit my cyberware.
What do we want stakes to be, though?
Touching all the fire.
Maybe Bina and I have a constant telepathic and emotional connection.
It would be so annoying.
Yeah. The constant thought process of Omen is just like, God, when am I going to get a hot dog next?
That's amazing.
Or what if it's more like Bina has to be connected, and if she isn't, then the firewall doesn't happen, and then the arm can more easily take over or something. She's the one that's keeping it at bay if she's the one unlocking the firewall, right?
Oh yeah, there's just like always a low level connection that Bina has to maintain with the arm. So it's not maybe intrusive for Bina, but good stakes for later on. I see. I'm okay with that.
Plus, we're also telepathically like linked now.
We're also sure.
That sounds fun. Okay, cool. I'm really feeling like pretty powerful. I'm feeling pretty respected. Like Omen's acknowledged that I have a well, I don't have a lot of skills. This is one of them. Yeah, so I'm probably feeling pretty powerful. Do I get to roll with advantage as well?
Yeah. Well, what is your speciality again?
I think it was like seducing wires.
Seducing wires. Nice. Okay. I guess so. You're romancing the arm?
Yeah, I'm trying to befriend.
I'm desperately trying to come up with an acronym for Marvin for this.
I gotta roll another D. Oh shit. Oh god. There's no point in me rolling.
No, if you get a 6, then you could get an H, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
I rolled 3 ones.
Yeah, you got a 1, a 1, +1, +0, +1. So, not the best. Okay, so we'll say that only the arm knows this for now then, right? Like you get the firewall down, there's the connection and everything, but there's like, I don't know, some root thing that the AI knows about, that it knows when the time is ripe to strike, when Bina is having the connection down, which I'll make a stake later in the game. But is there like, do you want to gather information roll about this, or what do you think? Like, do you want some more information about it, or do you want to reveal the information later, Omen, or what?
Yeah, about how this is working without the connection to from Bina. I'm okay with revealing that later. I like the idea that maybe yeah, we'll reveal it later. You can think about it.
Sure. So for now, we'll just see like on screen, it's like it's working and it's like compiling or something, like the data or something, right?
That Bina is doing that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the fail is that it knows when to, like, how to get to through you, basically. Now that the firewall's down, you've made the worst mistake you could have, maybe. No, just kidding.
The AI breaks the fourth wall and looks directly at the audience.
Yeah, and it looks like Marv. No, just kidding. Yeah. I don't know how it would look at the audience, but sure, if you could figure it out, then it does.
It's just a joke.
Okay. Cool. I'm into it as an idea. Does anyone else want to have discussions at the diner?
Get on the boat. Said, let's get on the boat. We have a boat, right?
Is that what you are getting to get to the offshore colonies? Is what it's called.
Isn't our friend taking us there? Sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't meaning to rush along. I was just figuring out what the plan was for the future. I'm down to have a makeup scene.
Well, no, that's yeah. So Hart wants to go to Galveston and then rendezvous, get the Learjet, peace out, right? First you need to get to the offshore colonies, which I'm just gonna abstract into you guys telling me how you're gonna get there. I think I don't want to. There's a lot of stuff in the book about it, but I'm gonna fast forward through that because it's boring. So how is it that you think you secure clandestine methods of travel to get there? What is it? Is it like a boat again? Is it some sort of weird air travel?
Don't make me street fight.
What?
It's that when said Omen tilte. I said don't make me street fight.
Straight fight for some skidoos. I mean, you could just read them too, right?
Oh, yeah. You want me to, I do have those good hands now. I can seduce people in all new ways.
Yeah.
My fists of seduction.
Yep. Yeah, sure. Your AI can be seducing AI constructs, like R2D2 plugging into everything, and it's just like, sure.
This is all Omen. This is all human. Skin to skin, baby.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I know. How about Hart shows up at like the docks by your place, right? And it's like one of those huge things that you see in the show where they try to get at crocodiles, where it's like a skiff, but it's got a huge fan behind it. You know what I'm talking about?
I think they're called airboats.
Yeah.
What?
I think they're called airboats.
Oh, are they? Oh, well, that's simple. Okay.
Also known as fan boat. Yes.
Okay. Sounds good. Stick cyberpunk one of that where it's got like twin fan engine things or something like that, so you can get like across very fast or something. Is that cool?
But we're going all the way into the Gulf?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is. It even tells me how many.
A fan boat in reality is not practical for that, but I love the visual, and this is anime fiction, so I'm into it.
This is a powerful fan boat.
I
Yeah,
believe
well,
it.
I mean, in reality, what this is supposed to look like in this is it lists 1, 2, 3, 6 options that you're all supposed to like go check out and stuff, and then choose the best one and pay for it, and then
This is the best one.
all that kind of stuff, and then navigating colonies with each different thing is different, and all this stuff.
Lord. Okay, well, fan boat it is.
Yeah. There's air charter as well, apparently, though, if you would like seaplanes or helicopters.
Charlotte says, "This is great. My dad owned a fan boat."
Okay.
Can we just use that one, Trella?
It's 450 nautical miles away, apparently. Oh, and I'll show you a picture of the colonies, too.
That's far.
On Cody Moon, I can delete. He did. As they like to do in this setting, there is the dirigibles. As you do. But so you're on the fan boat. Everybody is cool with that idea. You're going 450 nautical miles. We're
Can it be?
montaging it.
Sorry, can it be a cyber fan boat? So there's fans on the sides that come down and it starts hovering above the water, and like a really big one on the back. So we're like fan boating, but hovering. And then when it slows down, they come back up.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Sweet.
And there's like even the scene where Michael Hart's like, "You better hold on to something," and people who haven't been on a fan boat is like, "Yeah, right. It's just a fan boat." And then he hits it, right, and it's like, "Punch it!" It's Millennium Falcon style, going like super fast across the water because of these cyberpunk technology fan boat things happening. It's the fastest way to travel. I made the trip in 9 parsecs or whatever the fuck, right? And let's see. As you get along this trip, we're just gonna montage across, being like, "Oh, there's different travelings and stuff." Does anyone want to talk to Michael Hart or anything? Do you want a scene with that?
Yeah, if he has more box text.
Or what?
Sorry, more box text. You were cracking me up last time reading the scripted dialogue for Michael Hart. So if there's any more, then I definitely want to talk to him.
There isn't, but there is some scripted things coming up. I will say that. As you're going along this path, I don't know how long it takes. We'll say that it's a montage and it doesn't matter. It takes a while. There's some time. Day passes with night along in this montage, right? However, let me just roll.
Uh-oh.
It's nothing bad.
She aims to roll dice.
Okay, Omen. Oh, that's neat. Maybe interesting. Okay, so I think you guys are traveling. It's at night. There's some sort of quarters on this thing as well, like not very great or anything, but there's like the controls, and then there's like the sleeping quarters and stuff like that, right? And I think out on the deck, you're the fans are still going. It's on autopilot or whatever, going through like this area, trying to get to the off-world colonies. When you get like a incoming phone call, except that it's through your arm, right? So it's like I think it's one of those things where you check your phone, but it's not coming from that, right? And instead it's got like an internal vibration, as if it, like your head was buzzing or something, except it's coming from your arm, right?
Uh-huh.
And since the firewall is down and all that, it's like giving you a little bit of bonus cyberware action type thing, right? And you can see like incoming call, and then it says routed through whatever.
I'm hallucinating the internet.
You're not hallucinating.
Well, how else am I seeing these things?
Well, why don't you answer the call?
Omen is like, maybe he's like sitting on his cot that's like in this hover boat, fan boat space, and he's just like looking out across the water and like seeing this crap floating in front of him and an arm weirdly vibrating. He just says hello.
Nice. And this is what you see in your heads up. I guess it also is.
I don't have a heads up.
You do now.
The idea of hallucinating this stuff if it's messing with my nervous system and my senses.
So
but
you get a call from Satchel Sabo, who I guess every woman in this thing is going to have that particular pose.
it's a video call?
Yeah, it's a video call. So you see her face, but that's her picture in the book.
Like those boots, though. That's like the most 80s thing that's happened so far.
Sure. When I saw that picture, I was like, those boots, though.
And that scrumped hair.
Yeah, yeah. So, Satchel Sabo is like fairly famous, so you might know them. She is from Network 54, media place. And she says, are you alone, Omen?
No.
It's all like and stuff. Like maybe you see it on her arm. Then is your arm doing weird stuff?
No, I'm into it. I just can't imagine this as seeing actual things. But I love the idea that I'm hallucinating the internet.
Cool. Okay. So you're high on the internet, and it's feeding you the images.
It's a visual hallucination.
Okay, sounds good. So, yeah, she says, "You're get to a place where no one can hear us talk. This is important."
Look, you look kind of familiar. I don't know how you called me. This is weird. I'm on a hoverboat, so this is about as private as it's gonna get.
Okay. Well, just make sure no one can overhear you. I can, even when you're speaking low, I can hear you. So just don't project your voice or anything, right? And she says, Elliot Weir contacted me before he died. He gave me all of your guys' information, told you about your run. I can't remember what the book calls these missions.
He just gave away your information. Bad things.
He entrusted this to me because things felt fishy, right? And obviously he was right, because a few days later he was offed.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah, yes.
Do fixers usually just give away their runner's information? That seems really unprofessional.
No, they don't. They don't. But he needed a contingency in case he died.
Why didn't he tell us?
That he was giving your information to someone he trusted?
Yeah, I think you would get sued for this in a different timeline.
Okay. Anyway. He trusted me, and you should trust me too. I work for the media, and he knew something was going on with this whole Biotechnica thing, and I found the link, okay? I found this footage, and she like uploads the footage to you or whatever, and you clearly see Michael Hart is the one who executed Elliot Weir, your fixer, your new fixer, right? And she's like, this guy has connections to the Arasaka Corporation. I'm pretty sure he's trying to trick you. Don't go to Galveston.
Okay, we got a couple problems then.
Okay. What's problem number one?
Firstly, if you've had our information this whole time, why didn't you contact us earlier? Because secondly, we're currently on a boat with Michael Hart. And finally, we're going on a boat with Michael Hart to go to Galveston.
That's bad news. That's really bad news. It's almost like I should have crack this sooner, but I couldn't. It took me a while to crack this story and blow it wide open. But I had to trace you. You guys kept bouncing around everywhere. I couldn't. I don't. He didn't give me your direct lines. He just told me the people that he contracted. And yeah. He just told me the people and where to find them. And then I had to work to get your information and contact you this way. It's the strangest thing, though. I couldn't pick up anything until like about a few hours ago, nebulously, whenever the diner scene happened, when suddenly you came up on the radar and I was able to remotely hack in now. Or ping you, not hack. Delete hack.
Okay, Rachel. There's I don't
There's
really know.
Satchel, right? Satchel.
Yeah, I'm intentionally
Oh.
getting your name wrong.
That's nice.
Well, I don't know who this is. This is all still very sketchy. I mean, is this like a newscaster personality? Is that how I would recognize Satchel?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I recognize you from TV, but I don't know. Do you usually work with runners and fixers? This is all very suspect. First, Elliot dies, and then Michael gets in contact with us and says that he's taking over. And now you're contacting me, saying that you're taking over.
Your mic is really blowy. And
Oh yeah, sorry. I mean, okay. I was going with the whispering.
Yeah, but Elliot thought that the best thing that we could do is blow the story wide open and like get at the details, and then they couldn't do anything about it, right? Because once we publish this story, they'll have to back down. So all the corporations are really stacked against you because they all want Adriana. I know that she's a clone. I know that she's currying data. I've been tracking Biotechnica and Arasaka's feeds, and I hired a net runner. They broke in, they got this information, and Biotechnica is making some calculated moves at trying to get to you. But if we have the story, then they can't touch you, right?
Rachel, I'm sure it's really nice having like a regular 9 to 5 and a normal paycheck. Haven't ever experienced that life. But it sounds like you're just as suspect as Michael and now Elliot is. So here's the dealio. I think that we're just gonna keep going to Night City, and I'm gonna block you in my contacts. So good luck with your story.
Okay. And then you just like block her?
Yeah, she's sus too.
Okay, sounds good. Cool. Okay, so you block her. She's like, no, don't do that. And then it's like, click, right? Bye-bye. And I think Michael Hart walks out, right? And he like gets a cigarette and starts smoking it and like offers you one. He's like, nice night for a smoke.
Yeah, I guess. And then like Owen's trying to light it, but the boat's going too fast and the flame keeps like flicking out. So he just throws it in the water. He's like, listen, Michael, I'll talk to you later. I gotta go see my team.
Suit yourself. I'll be out here smoking.
Yeah, if you want to, like, if you can just light one for me and just hold on to it, I'll be right back.
He like looks perplexed, but is okay. Just like nods.
Okay, bye. Hey team, we can't trust anybody. Who would have known? But apparently Michael works for some corporation and he's gonna sell us out or kill us, or I don't know. According to the press, of all people.
Is Adriana here?
I think the last thing that you heard from her before you like cut it off to, she's like, "Don't go to Galveston, get to Corpus Christi." And then you're like, "Click."
Another middle of nowhere Texas town? Come on.
Yeah. And sorry, what did you say, Adriana?
I just asked if she's around or can we
Sure.
speak?
Yeah. I think it's all like some tight quarters, right? Like probably bunking and stuff.
You mean the guy that's outside on our ship?
Yeah, I don't know. It's somebody named Rachel or Rochelle or Sarah. I didn't really catch her name. I think she's like a newscaster, a reporter. Anyway, she said that somehow she got all of our information from Elliot too. I don't know. We're apparently very popular with Fixer and Fixer adjacent type people, but I guess Michael works for some company, Aristocra, Astable, and I don't know. You know, apparently no one can be trusted ever.
Did you get her information?
I think I have her number is listed in my phone. I blocked it though.
Because why don't we just like, I don't know, like the hacked version of like Star, like look her back up again and see if we can hack her back.
Star 69er.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll show you my phone, the little block number.
Nice.
Star 69er, yeah. It's the only thing that survived off the government infrastructure after the nuclear bombs. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so you're gonna try to like back hack or something?
Yeah, just see what she's about. And you know, like she can't be too mad because she essentially did the same thing to us, right?
She can't be too bad. Cool. Okay, so stakes.
She will be mad.
No, I think stakes would be Michael Hart coming in as you're doing this.
Awesome.
So how you feeling?
I'm feeling, good question. Probably a bit frustrated just because it's like, at first, like, Hart's like killing Elliot, and then she's like, Hart's a liar. But I don't know. It's just annoying. I just want to be a punk. And all this politics is getting in the way.
Right, yeah.
Well, I acknowledge that being a punk is political. I just am being a shithead drunk person.
6.
Oh, I got things. I need to start rolling these dice.
Are you caressing the wires or whatever?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to work with these wires to get it to loosen up a bit, kind of like you would charisma roll a person.
Right.
Well, if I can help, if it works this way, maybe that's when I'll go back out and have my cigarette with Michael. I can try to stall him. Give me more time.
Okay, well, just roll an extra d6 for the advantage of feeling up the wires. A 5 and a 4 and 9 is a 10. So good, you get it all. So okay, so what are you trying to do? You get into her deck or whatever, right?
Yeah. Just like sort of trying, like she knows way too much about us, so I want to know some more about her and like her intentions, like how much she's being honest and what her the information is, I guess. Is she a doc? Yeah.
Is she a doc? Sure. Okay, so yeah, we get the scene of like the CGI of you backtracing along the wires and stuff like that, going to her place, right? And we see like a huge mega corporation looking building that says like Network 54. And she has like a little cubicle or whatever there, and like I guess the webcam turns on all creepily, right? As you like hack. And you see her there like furiously typing away, and she's like trying to do the tracing thing again and like try to find she's just trying to find any way to communicate with you all after she was hung up on and cut out and stuff. As far as data there, though, like maybe you see some directories and stuff like that, and I don't think she would label it like proof or anything, but like searching through the different files, you'll find, let's see. the video of Hart killing Elliot, right? Is what you find. You also find a couple photographs of Hart meeting with someone who they're a prominent member of a mega corporation called Arasaka. Okano, an executive, is meeting with Hart. It's kind of like showing that he's like on their payroll type deal. And she has intercepted several transcript fragments, which is on there. I don't know what that means, but there's lots of proof. All the proof is there.
Oh, and I think she's on the level.
Yeah, and I think like as she I think she looks up because she's savvy and she sees like the webcam light come on or whatever, and she says, "Listen, you're in danger. Don't go to Galveston. Hart has set you up. He's working for the Arasaka Corporation." He reports to Seiji Okano, director of Arasaka's Southeast United States Regional Office. I think there's an Arasaka reception waiting for you in Galveston.
So what? She was right. Listen, I'm just a little freaked out right now. It's a phone call. It's so weird. We're in the middle of the ocean.
Hey man, I get it. Like we've been the pawn in these people's games for a long time. It's understandable that you'd be suspect. I'm glad you were.
Yeah. Well, here's the question: do we want to end it at that and like have, I don't know, some dramatic thing like Hart walks into the room and then it's over, or do people want to do some epilogue stuff going on, or what are people feeling?
Maybe we deal with Hart at the oil platforms.
Okay.
Because we gotta stop by there first, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, she's saying don't go to the place that he's saying that, right?
Oh, I thought we were going to the platforms and then going to Galveston.
Yeah, you're navigating to these places and then going to Galveston. Yeah, that's right.
So we'll just not do the second part.
Yeah, you can just ditch him at the platforms or something.
Yeah.
Peace.
Although, I got a motorcycle at Galveston, though.
Yeah, well, maybe it's being delivered, right? You can log into future Amazon and be like, change the address. They'll charge you like an extra $100 or something, right?
That's fine.
Yeah, that's
we got an expense account.
Yeah.
We gotta burn through that because that was from Michael.
Okay, but so we'll end the scene on that truth bomb, I guess, then, and then anyone who wants epilogues can do that. I don't know who is or is not returning. Does anyone want an epilogue?
I'm thinking.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I will not be returning yet. I mean, I don't know how long this goes for. I might hop in a few months from now. But I don't necessarily think that like Autumn would like abandon you to like keep up with like the character, the actor being like removed from the show or whatever.
Hey, Michael.
What's up?
Maybe like since the two of us are leaving, we could just like split up and go do some unnamed mission, like side mission, and then like if you ever want to use us as like GM Fiat to have like done something, or if we ever show up again, we can like come back. But it'd be cool if it's just like, all right, we're having our own thing to go do when we get to the platforms or something.
Marvel Team Up special limited run series.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, that sounds good. Or it could even be you two that leads Hart astray or something like that too, right?
For sure. Yeah, definitely use me as an NPC or whatever. That's always a cool legacy. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, that sounds good. And yeah, I'll be running this for a bit because once I'm done this, I'll probably do like a Euro tour or something because that looks hilarious. And I have a whole bunch of cyberpunk stuff that I want to use to play this with. So
I want to run this sometime too, just because I really want to like just play up the whole Night City, like that like particular vocal sample has just been like running through my head. Like,
nice.
Night City. So I don't know what that would look like, but that's important to me.
Yeah. Well, there's the Night City source book. Lots of stuff's happening there. Cool. Okay, so we'll end there, and y'all will have gotten 1,000 XP. Yes. Get that XP. Cool. And then yeah, the last thing we'll cut out on then for this particular episode will be the whole like, I don't know, she's telling the truth, and then like the dramatic panning of, you know, Michael Hart out on the deck and her being like, oh shit, on the camera or whatever, right? And then it's like executive producer. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna stop the broadcast.